Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, in the last part, a number of things have happened. The heroes, they lost. In a world where heroes have to win every single time, the villains just had to win once. And it finally happened. Regent. He took down the heroes, and slowly but steadily, he had a plan. Over the course of a year, he strategically took down heroes and added their powers to his arsenal. He took out the heroes who were just in the way, and he faced off against the ones who he wanted their abilities. And right now, he had enough. He took down the Avengers, and Deku, he was not there. Instead, while Regent was tearing them apart, Deku, he went to go save his family from carnage. And he killed Kirishima. He took down Carnage, one of the most dangerous, craziest, and psychotic people alive. And he defended his family. However, right now, Deku, he has a lot going through his mind. Whenever he woke up, he discovered quite a bit. Regent threw him around. With barely any effort, Regent nearly killed him. Deku, he woke up after being in a coma for more than a month, and he already learned what happened. Heroes were being ripped apart, pulled apart, and Regent was scanning around for people. Deku, the moment he woke up, he didn't know what to do, what to say. He was still recovering and processing the fact that he almost died, that a building fell on him, and he survived. That should have been unlikely, but he survived. He got medical attention, and Shield wanted him to get back out there against that guy? No. No. He was almost murdered, and he thought of his children. Them growing up without their father. He is not going to do that to them. He's afraid of this guy. I mean, there's no way for him to take him down alone. If the fucking Hulk couldn't do it, what chance does he stand? And Deku gave up right there. Regent thinks Spiderman is dead? He can live with that. Spider-Man is dead. Regent, though, he's doing quite a lot. And Deku, he's not too sure what to do. There's a part of him that wants to go back out there. But there's also a part of him that's worried. Regent didn't come after Izuku Midoriya, and Spider-Man was already off of the radar. So that told him quite a lot. Regent doesn't know his secret identity. Regent doesn't know the heroes are out there. So if Deku can find anyone, then things can be okay. Maybe the world can go back to normal and things could be better. But they weren't. Deku, he tried to go through his life. He tried to just go about his day to day, look into it whenever he could, and call anyone. But for the first year, it was just that. Power dampeners, always fixing them, hiding. It wasn't right. Deku had the idea to abandon ship, go to another Earth, and maybe start over there. And Cindy was definitely intrigued by the idea. They can stay on another Earth for some time, but they need to come back here. That was what she told Deku. And right now we do actually have Deku. It has been more than 4 months since Regent has taken over. And right now he is going to walk through a portal. Him going to look around to see the reality that he's in. Things are odd. Right now Deku going to close the portal and walk around. It's weird. This reality. It's normal. But okay, so what is going on here? Him looking around. There's nothing wrong, but Hmm. Okay. Maybe this one will work. Him going to actually turn and walk away. However, some people, they do give him a bit of a glance, a bit of an odd stare, and Deku's not really too sure why, until he does see this universe's Spider-Man, and he realizes that he's already here. So there's that. And apparently his secret was revealed whenever he didn't take off his mask in his timeline, but this one did. So, different reality. Him pressing the button, walking through the portal, as a few people do, someone gonna stare at that. Now, Deku currently just gonna walk into a place. Him right now walking in the spider sanctuary and gonna turn. Him gonna press a button and start typing away a few things. As right now Spider Nomad does actually just want to ask if he really does plan to just stay in a different reality. It's complicated, Nomad. Is it? It is. How so? Because I can't win. I almost lost my life once. I'm not doing that again. You're afraid. Yes? I don't know. I've faced odds like that before as part of a team, but everyone's gone. I don't know. I'm pressing a button, and a portal doesn't open up. Deku talking about it. He's fairly certain that this reality is probably a good one. Him stepping through, and Deku does start to hear a few things going on. He hears screaming, he hears yelling, and he hears people going ballistic. And Deku, he actually does go to walk over to the edge of the building he's on and look down. Him a bit more alarmed. There are people down there. Oh God. Him seeing it. He sees a group of people descend on a man, and they rip him to shreds with their bare hands and teeth. And then Deku, he turns and sees. Oh my God, that's not possible, is it? Right now, Logan descending on a person, him going to feed and eat at them. And there actually is the Hulk. The Hulk right now is rushing and barreling its way down the street. Him smashing into a massive group of people and going to actually pull someone's head. Him going to bite into the side of them and rip them apart. As there actually is a necklace made of bones around his neck. And Deku, he does just look down. Before he does, someone going to turn his head. His spider sense going off. As Spider-Man does go to land. And right now he does get to turn and see a version of himself that does have his mask partially cut around the mouth. And he does have a necklace made of bones. However, his suit is covered in blood, along with the fact that his teeth and his fingernails, they're sharpened. What exactly are you doing here? Him bringing his hand up and pulling up his mask. No way. So what's going on here? Ah, what is wrong with you? I'm hungry. This is my meat. Are you me? I've always actually wondered. How about you just come here for a second? Yeah, no. Him pressing the button and leaping backwards into the portal. The cannibal rushing forwards and gonna try and shoot a spider web. As Deku, he closed the portal immediately behind him. And right now he does actually smash down into the sanctuary. Him going to jump up, yelling about how that universe is not on the roster. Where did you go? I don't know, but I don't like it. World full of cannibals. Cannibals? Yeah, I also just ran into Cannibal Me. Oh God, okay. So, I'm never going back to that world again. Okay. You know, maybe, maybe home isn't so bad. I'm gonna press a button and walk right through. And Deku, he does want to walk back into the apartment. Him going to walk into his bedroom and set this thing down in the closet. Him going to turn and right now go to walk into the kitchen. Him going to ask Cindy if things are okay. Him still going to lean over the counter. And she does try to talk about it. Things have been fine, but it's just that they're talking about how they've ran out of heroes to find. Have they? That's what the news has been saying. But then again, I think it might just be another desperate ploy to get more people out there. Maybe. What do you think we're going to do, though? I mean, with your company, we'll be fine for a minute, but without reinforcements, we're all kind of down here. I don't know. But we can't risk patrols. We can't risk anything, and I just. I don't even think abandoning this reality is a good idea anymore. Are you serious? Yeah, yeah. I just ran into the cannibal version of you on another world. Or myself. But I think if he's a lot like me, then you weren't far behind. Oh, shit. Yeah, I think he was. I think he was eating. Never mind. I don't even want to know if. Ah, okay. That was weird. So, apparently, if we ever hear about a virus called Survivor 118, we're abandoning this reality. Was that what it was? It was something like that, but the moment we hear about it, we're gone. God damn it, why do I keep running into weird shit? Yeah, but of some of the realities I've went to, they've already got a spider person there, and if they're not doing something, there's something off about the reality. Is there? Yeah. I mean, maybe we can go to Miles's Earth, but I'm kind of dead there, so we can't stay there for long. No. There's I don't know. We're weighing our options, but we have to remember, even if I do get the go ahead and trust from the heroes in that reality, they're not gonna like what I have to say. I could ask for help, but if he beat them before he had their powers, I don't want to make him stronger. We're pinned. We're stuck in this reality. I don't believe that. I just Cindy, I'm sorry. I can't do this. Do what? This. He won. He he won. Now we just have to hide. Now we just have to hide. Are you sure? We can try, but it would take years to know everything we need. Are you sure it would work? I don't, but unless I master magic or I find help in the stars, maybe. I don't logically see a way out. Are you sure? I don't. We jump to a different reality, things are weird, things are different, things are off. Even if things are the same, we exist there. We shouldn't be there. And we'll be dragged into things. There could be another regent or another takeover of the world. A different reality where we fucked up. Something goes wrong. I don't know. We go there, we're two adults, three babies, and foreigners to a different world. We're refugees from a different timeline. I just, it doesn't make sense. We'd be stuck there with children we can't take care of unless we get the trust of the heroes. If they do, they'll question us. If we don't, we hide, build things up. It'll be difficult, but we could manage. But here we have anonymity, we have money, we we have resources, and maybe we can have allies, but that's a big if. Anyone who's not smart enough to hide or run is captured. Okay, so what do you suggest? I don't know. I I think I need to sleep. You've been searching for a while. How do you feel? Tired? My head's still pounding a bit, but I'm fine. Though I just can't sleep. Do you want something for it, or no? I don't even think it would work. I uh I tried making something to help me sleep last time, and the nightmares just felt more vivid. I get it. But are you sure you're okay? No? I just I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna turn and walk away. And Cindy's a bit more worried. Izuku's having nightmares again. He's afraid. I mean, she's been having nightmares too, but she got used to them. She got used to being alone. Always did to comfort herself, calm herself down. She just stopped screaming one night. She knows that much. One night she just woke up and it was quiet. It was cold. She was shaking and alone in the dark. No one aware she existed. And it just was like that. The first time she had a nightmare. And there was someone there. There was Izuku. That in her mind. And their actions later. Cindy does lay there. Her, someone's still awake, and with a few things in her mind. And there actually is Deku. Deku does lay there, and he's replaying some of the events in his mind. What might have happened if he went with the Avengers? What might have happened if Cindy was left to fend for herself? What might have happened if he just was late? If he was early? What could have been, should have been? And there's a few of the nastier things in his mind. The ones that pop up. The idea that she's gonna be there. The idea that she's gonna be found dead. I mean, Inko, Ben, Annabelle, all three of them. Just a mess in their cribs and Carnage just laughing. Deku jumping awake. That being some of the last things in his mind. Him still gonna grit his teeth. As right now Julia, or not Julia, right now Cindy doesn't want to sit there. And Deku he doesn't want to turn. Her bring her hand out and grabbing onto him. And Deku, he immediately does start to calm down. Her trying to guide him through what to do. Taking some deep breaths and trying to remain focused on her. She's here. And Cindy does eventually fall asleep herself. However, Deku and her, they held on to each other. They only have each other right now through the nightmares. And they do have their own responsibilities. They have to live. They have to figure a few things out. And the two, they started to go into a bit more of a routine. Deku started to make more money. His company got bigger. And eventually, those flying cars, they got off the ground. Pun intended. The world started to go on. And people, they started to get accustomed to this new life. I mean, less crime, but less destruction. There's people who fall in line and those who don't. But most importantly, they're bait. They're trying to draw out the heroes. They're trying to draw out anyone who thinks they can change the world. And Deku, he watches the world pass by. And there actually is right now. 3 years after Regent has taken over the world. 3 years after Regent, he's shown what he is capable of. And Deku, they're going to just right now stand on stage. Him introducing some of the newest line in the model of cars. And introducing much more in the line of medical research technology and human advancement. And Deku's proud. People ask him questions. People want to know why and even how he's developed this technology. And Deku has made things quite clear. He's just a very intelligent man. And, as people have proclaimed him to be, possibly the next Iron Man? It's a big question. People have seen Stark Industries beginning to drop when it comes to making money. I mean, they're sort of looking at their tech development, and things are dropping off. Meanwhile, for Midoriya Industries, things have been just going up and up and up and up. Things have always been on the rise. And Deku, he finds it to be odd. After he started to put more interest in his company and his family, and no more time for hero work, his life started to work itself out. The difference was made up. More time for his children and more time for him and Cindy. More time for Izuku to heal. And things felt better. He had a proper therapist. He started to talk to people. Him and Cindy, they felt rocky, but they felt steady. And that was a few of the things going on in Deku's mind. As right now, Deku, he does want to lay there. Him right now laying there with Cindy next to him. She's pregnant again. And the two are going to have another child. There are a few things going through his head. Him still going to lay there with Cindy. His arm around her. There's a lot going through his mind. The two have a family. He has kids. And things are definitely strange. Right now there being a knock on the door. And Deku, he does something to turn. As there actually is Inko. Her somewhat going to step into the room talking about it. She had a nightmare about the red man again. And Deku, he actually has something to turn. Him going to bring his hand out and at least try to tell her to tell him about it. Because he had a nightmare about the red man before too. And right now Inko does something to walk over. Her climbing in bed with her parents. And Deku, he tries to do what any good dad can do. He tries to keep the nightmares away. Now, with that being said, Deku, things are definitely odd. But life is a bit more on track. And Regent is still searching. Still trying to find any trace for any heroes. Anything he can about any heroes. And Izuku, he's happy. The world has changed. But maybe he can live with this. Right? I mean, he's got money, he's got family, and he's gotten better. Carol was right. These wounds can heal. But Spider-Man, maybe he should make a return. That took his mind. And right now Deku, he does sit there. Him in his office, somewhat sketching on a notebook. He feels like he's that teenager again. The one who was back in high school. That was almost a decade ago. But, hmm, things have definitely been weird. Mr. Midoriya? Hmm? Yes. I'm gonna close his notebook. The first is explain. They have someone here to see him today for an appointment. Yes, send them in, please. And looking back down. Before he has looked up at his computer and started to type a few things in. And a woman is gonna walk into the office. Deku, still typing away, as the person's gonna walk in and he has to go to look up. I'm gonna see. Oh god, she's back. We're gonna walk over and sit down. As Deku, he is gonna look up towards Felicia. What do you want? I'm kind of busy. Not even a hi for an old friend? Friend is a loose term. Ooh. Are we playing that innuendo game? Because I like that game. Why are you here? It's clearly got to be important enough for you to see me here, right? It is. Hers gonna lean forwards. And Deku, he actually does gonna turn off his monitor. Him gonna turn and look at her. As she should explain, she's been hearing rumors. She heard that S.H.I.E.L.D. they're still underground, and they're trying to get back into the New York underworld. He already knows what Regent has done to S.H.I.E.L.D. publicly, but behind the scenes, the real guys, or the real S.H.I.E.L.D., they are still trying to go against him. She's heard things, but they're not concrete. And what have you heard? I don't know. That's the problem. People are saying the Sentry, people are saying another guy. But I have not been able to find anyone. You're still searching for heroes. I am. I've also heard some rumors about the Jackal. Rumors? Yeah. They say he's trying to mess around with some DNA. Any idea whose that could be? I don't. Why? I was thinking that maybe he might be messing around with yours. You think he's trying to clone me? He had you on file before, yes, so yeah, I do. You think he's trying to make another Kane? There won't be another Kane. There won't be another Ben. I know. Do you? I do. Yeah. We're gonna stand up. And we're not gonna walk around the desk. Her gonna lean against it and express. She's been trying to do this for years. But she got it. He's not into her. He doesn't care anymore, right? She gets that. But right now she's trying to actually help. And she's also trying to have a little bit of fun. So pardon her for trying not to be a downer. Continue. What do you know? Right. So anyways, what I know so far is that the heroes, they're not found. There's nothing and people are still holding out hope. Some like the rule of Regent, but others are worried. I know. Others need heroes. hmm And I've been wondering where the webhead was. The webhead died in a building collapse over 3 years ago. Did he? He did. Most heroes nowadays are imaginary. What happened to Spider-Man? Your guess is as good as mine. My guess is that he ran with his tail between his legs. Really? Yeah. I thought at one point I had you in the palm of my hand. I had you good, wrapped around my little finger. But Regent, he's got you all the way by the hair, doesn't he? You're not wrapped around his finger, you're in his grasp, aren't you? Ah, I can't believe this is what you've turned into. What do you mean? This. Jesus Christ. Really? What? Do you want to know what I went through? Enlighten me. I was almost killed just by him throwing me around the air. I was scared. I didn't know whether or not I'd be alive. I could feel my brain telling my hands to move, but my hands wouldn't move. I could feel the literal weight of a building crushing me to death. I don't know why I held on for so long, or how I stayed alive for that fucking matter. But I did, and I wasn't wasting that. How were you wasting it before? You were doing good. You were helping. You were the good guy. Yeah, I know. I wasn't. I just leave. Actually, my appointment doesn't end for another 20 minutes, so I can keep going. Hers, I'm gonna shift around her legs, expressing. If he's not Spider-Man anymore, she does still like the Izuku Midoriya guy. Are we gonna do this for 20 minutes? We can do it for more than that, but then again, your secretary might hear us. Felicia, I'm gonna have to call security if you don't leave. Party pooper. I'm I'm at work, and I came here to talk to you and be your informant. And yet you're just driving me away because you're trying to seduce me again. Who said I wasn't winning? Me. Now, unless you've actually got some proper business proposal, I suggest you leave. We're gonna sit down a file and start to at least go over a few things. And Deku, he's a bit more impressed. Clearly, she's thought about what she's brought to him. And whenever he does it to look over it, it does look impressive. It can definitely have some good applications in the future. It can also help their medical division. And Deku, he does keep these notes in mind, especially because they look to pertain to spider genetics. And that definitely does somewhat disturb him. And Deku, he does get at least one more piece of information. The Kingpin had this on him. He was definitely intrigued by what it was, and trying to figure it out all out. Some claim that this is the information for Spider-Man. Others claim it is some random person who had the spider virus. So what does he think? Because Wilson Fisk was trying to become super, and he wanted to know how to do it. This is this is insane. Is it? Yeah. I mean, a pill to have superpowers. This is okay, I see what it does. This is impressive, but at the same time concerning. It's definitely based on the spider virus, but I thought all his research was destroyed. Apparently not. Yeah, I know. We've tried to apply certain things, it includes in the file, to this. We've tried to help the body recover faster thanks to the properties of the virus, but at the same time, we've also tried going our own avenues. So there's that. You help build tomorrow, but you can't solve that today. Yeah, we're gonna stand up, turning and walking away. Deku going to look up, as Felicia, she's also going to turn her head. Her expression, see, she will be back soon, and hopefully, Izuku, he'll want to have a proper chat. Maybe go out for a drink. Her still going to give Deku a bit of a wink. And Deku, he does stare down. He knows what this might be. It's a way to taunt him, right? A way to tell him to get back in the saddle, get back into life. This pill this is faulty. It's bad news, but if this gets out of control, Regent will stop it. That can give him a good chance to see his powers, what he can do, what he can't do, at least. Okay, so there's definitely that. Right now, Deku going to think. Him going to open his notebook and look down. A few more things he can develop and make, just in case. Just in case he ever does have to put the suit back on again. He's gone through and tried to improve other designs. He was able to get the Iron Spider suit from the house fire. It survived. They're the ones that were destroyed. His stealth suit included. He remade it, but no, just sit back and observe, Izuku. Sit back and observe. Then it took his mind. Him still gonna spin in his chair and gonna turn. Him going to call his doctor. Now, with that being said, Spider-Man is dead. However, the man who wore the mask, he was able to live. But he feels like every day that piece of him died. What should he do? He's got a few things going through his head, but he's also got family. He has a family. So, how is everything going to change? How is everything going to be filled out? How exactly will the world come back from Regent's reign? And with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.